Tyron Woodley is set to defend his welterweight title against Kamaru Usman at UFC 235.
This is the MMA news.
Ariel Helwani first reported that Tyron Woodley vs Kamaru Usman is a done deal for UFC 235 on 3 halves, sources say. If all goes according to plan, the fight will serve as co-main for Jon Jones vs Anthony Smith. However, unlike Woodley-Usman, Jones-Smith isn't signed yet. Jones has to get his license on January 29 first. The list of potential opponents to take on Woodley ultimately came down to Usman, who has won 13 in a row, and Colby Covington, a winner in his past 6 fights who has been embroiled in a war of words with Woodley for well over a year. In the end, the UFC chose Usman in large part because of its frustration over the fact that Covington, who won the interim welterweight title in June by defeating Rafael dos Anjos, refused to fight anyone else while Woodley was recovering from hand surgery. In the meantime, Usman defeated dos Anjos in late November and openly campaigned to fight any contender on short notice, which helped him leapfrog Covington in the eyes of the UFC brass. The fight will mark Woodley's 5th title defense since winning the belt in 2016. He most recently defeated Darren Till in September. The UFC wants the event, which will take place at T-Mobile Arena, to be headlined by Jon Jones vs Anthony Smith for the light heavyweight title. However, that is contingent on the Nevada State Athletic Commission granting Jones his license at a January 29 hearing. UFC President Dana White late Saturday night confirmed the promotion's plan to book the light heavyweight title fight for March 2 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Jones still needs to appear before the NSAC to address an adverse drug test finding that prompted the move of UFC 232 from Nevada to California. A December 9 test revealed low levels of a long-term metabolite of oral turinabol, the same steroid found in Jones' system after an in-competition drug test for his fight against Daniel Cormier in July 2017. The U.S. anti-doping agency ruled the steroid metabolites were residual from Jones' previous positive test and did not issue an anti-doping violation. But the NSAC moved to conduct a hearing into the matter, and with little time to convene one before the December 29 pay-per-view event, the UFC chose to move it to the Forum in Inglewood. Smith, who has won 3 straight since moving up to 205 pounds, has not been shy about accusing Jones of doping in several interviews. But the topic of steroids was not discussed during an on-air confrontation following Jones' win over Gustafsson at UFC 232. Jones instead bristled at the suggestion of Smith as an opponent and then indicated he would accept a fight. Smith suggested they meet in July for the UFC's International Fight Week event. Jones subsequently hinted a fight on multiple social media posts. Smith told MMA Junkie earlier Saturday the champ likely was angling for more money to face Cormier at heavyweight, or back him into a corner for UFC 235. It appears the latter turned out to be true. He's the best goddamn guy to ever fight, and regardless of what we say about him, I don't think Peds change that, Smith said. I think he's the best fighter we've ever seen, regardless. The latest UFC 235 lineup now includes Jon Jones vs Anthony Smith, for light heavyweight title. Tyron Woodley vs Kamaru Usman, for welterweight title. Ben Askren vs Robbie Lawler. Holly Holm vs Aspen Ladd. Zabit Magomedsharipov vs Jeremy Stevens. Tisha Torres vs Wiley Jong. Mickey Gall vs Diego Sanchez. Macy Chiasson vs Gina Mazzani and Misha Serkinov vs Avance St. Preux.
If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for our YouTube channel or they will fire me. You heard right. If we do not reach 1 billion subscribers in a week, they will kick me out. I'm counting on you, good sir.